want to show you an Ableton tip that may help your worship team be more prepared for the weekends. And this is something my church does every week across all of our campuses. And like many churches where I serve and work, we have a certain number of songs in regular rotation. And sometimes we'll perform the song straight through without any cuts, but sometimes we also like to cut out choruses, cut out bridges. Maybe we start with a bridge or maybe we start with a chorus. And each week it's different and it's unique to keep the song fresh. Either way, this can become a challenge for our team members if they're unsure of how we're going to do maybe a song or maybe an entire worship set each week. And maybe you're running into that issue. And I want to show you what my church does to help better prepare our team for a weekend. So first off, if you go to each channel, and you're going to have to do this with all of your tracks. You can select all of them or you can do individual. You're going to want to make sure your output is set to master. It may be set to external out, depending on how many channels you have, but you want to make sure every track is set to master and everything's turned on that you want to be able to export as an MP3. And once you have that, you have to select where you want the MP3 to start and where you want it to end. And I found the easiest way is just to select at the very end of your session, click and drag all the way to the left of the beginning, because this is going to cover the beginning and the end. Once you have it highlighted, you come up to File, all the way down to Export Audio and Video. There's a couple settings you want to make sure you have selected. At the very top, Render Track, you want it set to Master. And then if you go a little bit down where it says MP3, you want to make sure this is toggled on so that it creates an MP3 of what you're exporting. Once you have that set, you just hit export. You can name it whatever you want, save it wherever you want, and then you hit save. And it's already asking if I want to replace one I already made. So you just hit OK. And then it's going to render an MP3. And this is just an extra resource. You can upload this to Planning Center, which is what my church does. And this allows your team members to hear the set that you were working on preparing for the weekend. So hopefully this helps. If you guys like these little tips, let me know in the comments and I'll try to do more of them.